Carrie Geren Scoggins, Political Newsletter, Bible Prophecy Times Edition, End Times Prophecy News Update.
Hi, this is End Times Prophecy News Update, and we have a breaking news story tonight.
Just as the people are still protesting over the officer Darren Wilson that shot Michael Brown dead, having not been indicted, the protest still going on and still fresh, another case of officers killing a citizen, that of Eric Garner, choked to death by officers, in his last words, "I can't breathe." Now hashtag I can't breathe, as protesters cover the internet trying to expose this heinous act. And again, the officers are not indicted and they walk scot-free. Protests have erupted across the whole United States. Walkouts and what they're calling die-ins, where they just lie on the floor in the middle of the malls and stores, making a statement from the public that we're fed up with the government refusing to hear our voice, that the officers are not above the law, the laws they claim to enforce. The government has made it plain they're not going to listen to the people's voice. They're not going to abide by the laws themselves. And they're making it more and more clear to the American citizens that indeed they are above the law. If any of these heinous acts had been committed by a citizen, they would have been arrested immediately. Even if you, the public, feel you have no camaraderie with these protesters, that you can't put yourself in their situation, please do remember Waco and Ruby Ridge, where the people weren't allowed to surrender. At Ruby Ridge, where they just shot the woman holding her baby, standing in a doorway, shot by a sniper. And Waco, where they wouldn't allow them to come out. Remembering the phone call where David Koresh calls the police department and says they won't let us surrender. And they bring in the tank that shoots the fire into the compound, burning it to the ground. Also having killed his children prior to this, during the raid. For their sake, write your legislators and the media. Something every American should be able to get behind is the citizens' legal right to protest without having military brought in to end the protests in violent manner. They've even brought in buses expecting to arrest mass numbers at these protests. Something everyone should be able to get behind. Protesters not being sent to FEMA camps where thousands are arrested at one time for practicing their First Amendment rights.
This has been an End Times Prophecy News Update. Breaking news story. Thank you for listening.
This has been another edition of Carrie Geren Scoggins, Political Newsletter, Bible Prophecy Times Edition, End Times Prophecy News Update.